Well, first of all, there's Go Phil! There's the lighting, which is exceptional. There's the talent of, you know, these kids that are performing are absolutely stunning and unbelievably talented. There's a high level of production value just in general that goes into that show. There's the pacing that is incredible. It's like moving around 180 kids, you know, and the lights are up in 5 seconds in between each act is unbelievable. It's just all in all like a constant, like, stimulating show.
It's just an energy. It's literally an energy, and I get excited even though I'm in rehearsals the whole week of Pop Show. Thursday night I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see it. It's a sickness. And that I think everybody is addicted to in Burbank. Like, once you see that sign go up on Hollywood Way and Magnolia, you're like, it's Pop Show time.
It was the first of its kind in this city, you know, it was the only game in town, and I think it was just like everybody vied for that spot, you know, in the Pop Show, and so it just became, the stakes got higher and higher and higher, and it just became this, oh my gosh, I wonder who and what's going to be in the show. For us kids, it was just about being able to sort of let free our own personalities, and we were kind of stuck in the mold of, you know, choir music, and this is what you're taught and this is what you sing, and then this was our chance to break out and show what we could do and what our personality and our styles were.
It gives the kids a chance to do songs that they like to do, that they're listening to, and that they want to maybe pursue as a career. And so, you know, it's stuff that's on the radio, it's Broadway, it's, you know, stuff that everyone likes, so that's why it's popular.
I think because of the energy that the performers bring to the show, and the energy that the audience, you know, feels and brings, and just it's so much fun. It is, you know, it was the one thing I looked forward to every year.
There's a lot of time that goes into Pop Show, from the students, the teachers, the choreographers, people who do the lighting and the sound. It's different for a high school program, I think. You don't expect to come in to this high school auditorium and see this huge production. It's like a professional production, and even though the kids are high school students, you feel like you had a couple hours of real entertainment.
I think it's the level of professionalism that the students have, and the teachers as well. Because we put a lot of pressure on the students to express themselves and choose their own music and everything for once, and they completely live up to all expectations and above and beyond. And like I said, the amount of attention that is given to this program, especially this show, is just so immense and everything. And it's the little details, the consistency of the costumes and the consistency of the hairstyles for certain acts, and making sure that the lighting is so great, and there's so much attention that is given to this. I think that's what really makes it above and beyond anything else.
I think that the legacy of Pop Show is what makes Pop Show so great. Pop Show 1 didn't look anything like Pop Show 30. So it's not like we magically decided one day to do this huge show. There's been thousands and thousands of students and parents and some very key director, lighting, production people who figured it out over many tries. And if you try to top yourself each time, eventually you're gonna get to a pretty spectacular place.
When I was still in school here, I was actually designing the various productions, not only for vocal music, but I was also instrumental music, and I was doing the drama department. Growing up in a theatrical family, I had already had a taste for the entertainment industry, and was already working in the industry as a professional. And so I had just kind of come in, and at the time they didn't have a tech class. They didn't really have anybody that could come in and design the shows and build the sets, all of that type of work that needs to go on in order to make a production successful. So I've been here, you know, almost since the very beginning. We pride ourselves on being very creative when it comes to designing Pop Show. We don't have a lot of money to work with. The technology that we bring in here is state-of-the-art. We're very thankful to our vendors and to our friends as well. They understand what the show is all about. Over the last few years, we've moved into video projection, and we've incorporated that into the overall production design of the show. When I first designed my first Pop Show, which was in 1986, I believe, it was just a white scrim and a few colored lights, and that was about the extent of it. I think we only had one spotlight. At that point, the auditorium had not been renovated, so we were dealing with equipment that was 40 and 50 years old already. So it was a challenge to try and design a show based on the antiquated equipment that we had at our disposal. Back in, I don't know, the late 80s, early 90s, lighting technology was coming around. We were one of the very first schools to incorporate moving lights into the show and get, the various colors and the different, focal positions, and it really kind of gave it that rock and roll feel, which is what Pop Show has kind of become known for. You're going to see this concert for high school kids that is probably the most professional environment you will ever see a group of high school kids around. It's really fun to be able to bring this technology into this environment and be able to have the kids perform on a professional stage under professional show conditions, and have them perform at their very best level.
So every year we try to top ourselves, and we have a really good system of auditions and like a rehearsal process and a production schedule. We have all of those elements in place, and we let the talented kids sort of speak for themselves and soar in as fantastical a setting as possible.